Okay, cool. Wow. Wow. I've never been on a podcast before. Oh, I don't know. In the past when I've been on like the radio or TV or whatever, I'm like, God, I hate the way my voice sounds. I think that's probably a universal experience.
I think so too.
I'm too far away.
Yeah,
Now, can you
it's
hear
got to
me
be
now?
right in your mouth,
It's just
basically.
like that commercial. Can you hear me now? Remember that?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Both of our voices should sound like the same volume,
Sure.
I
It's
guess.
tricky because of course I can hear your actual voice and my actual voice, first person as well.
Yeah.
So I don't fully know if they are the
Oh,
same.
I'm just turning off my first person ears. I think that's the thing.
What?
So I'm just turning off the ears that hear you and just listening through like this.
Oh, okay. I'll try that.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah, just do it. It's
Oh, I messed it up. I had a stroke instead.
Oh God,
I'm
you know, I
sorry.
thought I had a stroke once. Turns out constipated.
Oh, interesting. I thought I was constipated once, but it turns out
You had a stroke?
of genius.
All right, Spencer.
David,
You ready, bestie?
born ready.
To my dear friends, family, folks at home, hi, hello, and how are you? And welcome back to D-Talk, your safe space to explore your creativity, embrace your cringe, and expand your critical thinking. Nailed it. And today on the podcast, we have one of my favorite people in the entire world, Spencer's here.
Stop it. Thank you, David, for having me on.
Thank you for coming. I'm so excited. You are probably, and I've said this about you, not to you. Well, no, I've said this to you as well. And I've said this about you.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Even in the last 24 hours, you're just such a unique person. And I don't know anybody else in the world who like thinks like you, who acts like you. It just has the general structure of the way that you think and live your life. It's just so different.
Wow.
And like, you know this because you've said this to me. I'm just obsessed with you. And I
my
feel like
gosh.
I can just sit and like watch you interact with your world. And it's just so entertaining.
You're too sweet.
No, it's
my
true.
gosh.
It's true. Is there anything on your mind currently right now, Spencer, that you think we need to start with?
Oh, what's been on my mind?
Yeah.
I also have recently developed an intense hatred for veneers.
Why?
I just hate them. I hate the way they look.
Okay.
Yeah, and I feel like I just don't like them. Sorry, I don't have any like academic reasoning for that. I just don't like them at all.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's fair. Is there anything else that you don't like?
Well, actually, there's a couple things I don't like.
Oh, okay, tell me.
So first of all, I really hate that artwork. You'll sometimes see this on Instagram as like a sponsored ad. That, and I say artwork loosely, of like it'll be every frame of a movie squished together into just a sequence of colored lines.
Yeah.
What's the point of that?
Like
I feel
it-
like nobody knows what it is. You couldn't even know what it was unless you specifically saw that product with Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2 written under it, so you could buy it.
You
Like-
don't think you'd be able to recognize?
No, it's just lines.
But you're telling me like if we were looking at the Shrek one, you wouldn't be able to recognize like all the green in it and be like, that's Shrek.
No, I do not think you could.
Oh. Do you think you could choose between two? Like if you had
Yeah.
two images and it was like Shrek and Madagascar?
Maybe not Shrek and Madagascar. 'Cause I feel like
No?
that's probably a pretty similar color palette.
Yeah.
I think I could probably discern between Twilight 1 and, I don't know, Shrek. I feel like those are different.
Yeah.
And I think that I could recognize who's who. But I just feel like if you had one hanging on your wall, no one would say, oh, I love your Twilight art.
Yeah.
No one would even say, oh, I love that. What movie is it?
It's just a line
It's just
of
a bunch of
it's
lines.
just that's so
I
interesting.
think they're fugly.
I want to commission an art piece of that for you.
Please don't.
And it'll be for that Knock at the Cabin movie that you
No,
love
I
so
do love
much.
that movie.
Yes.
I do love that movie, I'll say. But I'd rather just get art of one frame of it.
Oh, yeah,
Like, pick
sure.
one recognizable frame,
Just a picture.
have that done up big and put on your wall.
Hmm.
Why not get something that looks like something? That's what I think. And that's only one of many types of art that I hate.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
What's another one? Give
Don't
it to
even
us,
get me
Spencer.
started
No,
on
we-
acrylic pour. Are you familiar?
Explain it to me.
Basically, you get a cup or a dustpan or whatever
Oh, I think I know now.
of different colors of paint, and you pour them in a big circle or in a swirl or whatever, and then you tilt your canvas around, and it just makes it's a beautiful, I'll say it's a beautiful little blob. But is someone then buying that from you and putting it on their wall? Like, I just don't think that's true.
I love it. I love those.
Like, you like the way it looks and would pay money for one?
Yeah. Yeah, there are some of them that are like detailed enough. You know, the ones that I like are like you take a bucket, like a 5-gallon bucket, and then you poke like a series of multiple holes, and then you spin the bucket as the thing's going so it gives like a kaleidoscope.
That was my
kind
next
of.
type of painting that I hate, is the pendulum. I
I love the
hate
French
them.
one. Why?
It's
Tell me.
just not interesting to look at.
Like the
Like,
finished
who cares?
product?
Yeah, the finished product is ugly. Like,
Mm,
oh, I love watching a TikTok video of somebody making it. I think that's cool and interesting to watch.
yeah.
I feel like the piece of art is not interesting
Huh.
to me.
I would say, like, me in my position right now, I wouldn't purchase one of those pieces of art like for my home now because I don't think it would
Yeah.
fit. But if I'm like furnishing a mansion and there's like a huge concrete wall at the end of the hallway, then I would want like a huge, like 20-foot one of those with like the colorful
Oh
swirling
my
and
god,
stuff.
I would want a huge 20-foot painting of like anything else.
Mm.
Kitchen sink, I think would be great. Person's face, I think, is the number one type of art. Can't beat the feeling.
Of somebody's face.
Yeah, of like a painting of like a portrait.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the girl
yeah,
with the pearl earring,
I don't know.
unmatched. You don't know her?
No.
Basically, she's a girl with a pearl earring. She looks like this.
Oh,
Yeah, now you know.
yeah, I
Yeah.
do. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You want to know something else I hate?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I hate that phone case that holds your lip gloss. Have you seen this?
No.
It's like a new kind of phone case, and it has like, I'm gonna be a little bit blue here. What essentially looks like a labia, like on the
Oh.
back of it, and then your lip gloss kind of slides into it. It's fugly, and I hate it.
I kind of love it though because of how extra it seems.
Yeah,
Like I like some of those things that take so much effort in order to incorporate into your life just
Yeah.
for no other reason than to be like campy and
yeah.
weird.
I do appreciate like a phone case with like huge spikes on the back or whatever,
Yeah.
so you can't put it in your pocket. I do like that. I think
Okay,
that's funny.
I just did a show and one of the queens had a phone case, but it was a frying pan, and her phone
that.
went in the
Love
frying
that.
pan, and she held it like a hand mirror like this. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that's fun.
I'm like, that's not going in your
Nothing wrong with
pocket,
that.
but she didn't have any pockets, so it didn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Yeah,
So good. I love it.
nothing wrong with that.
Okay, Spencer, how would you like introduce? Because I think this is what we got excited with the things that you
Oh,
don't
sure,
like.
sure, yeah.
How would you introduce yourself? Like, who are you?
sure.
Explain us to you as a.
Sure, yeah.
get
So
it. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
basically I'm Spencer. I wear glasses.
Okay.
That's about it. About it. Yeah.
And we have like, okay, we met each other as we just talked about in 2017.
Mhm.
I was having a house party and you came as a plus one.
Plus one.
I'm always like, do I say names of people? Do I not say names? I always go.
It was Megan.
Yeah.
I was the designated driver.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, you came and then like we talked a little bit, but I don't remember us really getting
Yeah,
on
not
that
much.
night.
I think I broke a nice pen
Right?
that was in the bathroom.
And then yeah, that's funny. And because you were signing
I'm signing the guest book,
the bathroom
as
log.
I'm wont to do.
Yeah, and because I think you said I apologize for breaking the pen
Yeah.
in the message itself. And then because that was my mom's pen, I remember her reading it
Yeah.
being like, "Oh, that was so sweet. I glued it. It's okay."
Oh, thank God.
And yeah.
Keeping me up.
Oof, yeah, that's been about 6 years.
Mhm.
No. Yeah.
Nuts, actually, when you think about it.
7? 2017?
I guess this would have been summertime because we were
6.5,
outside, so probably
yeah.
6.5, yeah.
Wow. And then we started working together at David's
Yes.
Tea.
Mhm.
TM.
Yeah.
And then I feel like are some other things here that people need to know about you
Sure.
that are just so unique. And I'm trying to think of something funny to say, but I can't. I'm just gonna say it. Tell us about your sneezing, Spencer.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for bringing that up.
Mhm.
So basically, I'm a sneezer at heart. I think we all are as humans. A few years ago, I started to log them. So I keep my little notes file with my sneezes. And I'm proud to say that this last year, I blew my former record out of the water with, I want to say it was definitely over 500 sneezes. I'll have to pull up the exact numbers. I'm sorry. This is embarrassing.
Because I feel like your goal was to make it to, was it 1,000?
500 was my goal.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm at over 600. There's no way to know. I'll have to check my Instagram. I'm sorry.
For your sneeze draft.
Yes. So my 2022 sneeze wrapped, I got 423 sneezes. Yes.
It's more than one a day.
More than one a day. Yes, definitely. 2023, 557. Yes. With my most sneezes in one day being 16, whereas previous year it was 11.
16.
16 in one day, yeah.
Was there one series of like 8 that made up the bulk of them, or were they spread
No,
out?
I think never more than 5 in a row. I do have that in my graphic as well here.
Which is why I asked.
Yes. So I had 205 single sneezes, 122 double sneezes, 27 triple sneezes, 6 quadruple sneezes, and 1 quintuple sneeze.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That seems reasonable.
Yeah, it seems reasonable.
Yeah. So, but you're sneezing more, you sneezed more last year than you did in the year prior.
Yes, which is strange a little bit, but also because I was trying to reach my goal, I never stopped to sneeze.
Mhm.
Like sometimes in the past, if it was an inopportune time, if I was mid conversation, I would stop myself from sneezing. Now I don't because I want to get it.
Yeah, you're never
I don't
trying
want
to
to
get
miss
away.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you believe in that? Like, if you hold in a sneeze, what is it? You can like get a hernia or something, or like break a rib, or like some people are really
Um,
aggressive about how you shouldn't hold in a
I
sneeze.
don't think I believe that,
Hmm.
but I'm not a scientist, so that's just based on nothing.
You're literally just some girl.
I'm just some guy. I'm like if some guy was a girl.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. Oh, you know what I want to do?
Oh, what is it?
You know what I want to do?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I want to talk about quirky bits
Oh, sure.
because I think you, as you've already come to realize,
Mhm.
Spencer's making notes for everything.
I'm a notes girl.
It's so good. And I have really soaked that in from you as well
Yeah.
because you just got to write things down.
You do. It's critical.
It's striking how much leaves your brain that you think you're going to remember. And then you come back to the list and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
what? So I have some quirky bits here that I haven't said to you,
I
but
love
I've
that.
wrote them down. Okay, so do you know anybody in your life that says they're a people pleaser?
Yeah.
Right? So somebody says that to you, you go, oh, you're a people pleaser? Name 3 people pleased with you.
Okay, that's funny. I love that.
Right?
Great. I'll put that in my.
Yeah, and then let me sift through because you've seen these. Yeah, pleasure to be here. Show me the Carfax. Do you
Pleasure
know-
to be here. Show me the Carfax. That's one.
No, sorry, that's
Oh,
separate.
So you would say pleasure to be here. That's
Yeah.
one of your bits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's just a sentence.
Yeah, but that's what
It's just something you say when you're somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Feeling flop notch. Have I said that to
Flop
you?
notch. No, I've not heard that.
So like top notch is the top and flop, like flop is
Oh,
bad. so
Sure,
definitely
sure. Flop notch. Okay, I like that.
I think I said this to you. This isn't a strip club when like
When someone
anything-
takes their jacket off.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's funny.
To speak my truth, which I always aim to do, unless of course I'm lying for fun.
Oh, now that's funny.
Hmm. It's a little pin the tail on the donkey.
Like when someone's reaching and trying to make something work,
I think it can be used
or like just like sort of throwing stones in the dark or
throwing
whatever.
things together.
Like,
yeah,
you're
a
like,
messy
yeah, just
bit,
kinda-
like
Okay, okay, it's a
Yeah.
little pin the tail on the donkey. Okay, I like that.
haphazard. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I like
yeah,
that.
yeah. She's flying the mother plane into the World Serve Center.
I love that.
It's so bad.
I think that's funny.
It is funny, yeah. So just tell me something. Tell me so. It doesn't have to be real.
Sure.
Tell me something about yourself, like a sentence that starts with I.
I love going to the zoo on Wednesday.
Oh, and that hasn't changed with the weather.
Oh, now that's not bad.
Mhm.
Okay, now you tell me something about yourself.
Okay. I
Something that you do.
I really enjoy watering plants.
Do you think that's wise given your history?
That
a
is
good one.
good.
That's a good
That
one.
is good. There's lots that kind of fit in that spot, right?
Mhm.
Like I forget them all now.
Okay.
Yeah. How about everything's a science project? If somebody's like attempting to do something.
Sure,
Like
sure.
when-
Like everyone's a critic. Like you'd say it
Yeah.
exasperated. Okay,
Mhm.
sure, sure.
When you rescued me with a car with no gas and you
Yeah.
had like the jerry
Jerry
can,
can.
everything's a science project.
Mhm.
Okay, give me a verb or maybe an adverb
Chuck.
or an activity.
Chuck
I-
football.
Give me a different one.
Rob a bank.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So let's say you're standing at the bank.
Sure.
Right, we're at the bank,
Uh-huh.
and there's somebody that's like a teller is counting a huge stack of money.
Sure.
Right, but this could fit for any phrase that you put in this
You
one.
don't have
word.
to be at the bank.
Exactly. Well, you would if you say
Oh, okay.
rob the bank. It goes like this: I hate robbing banks, but now would be the time.
Okay, that's actually good.
Right? Yeah.
That's not bad.
Uh, oh, not reading that essay when somebody says like "okay" to you in a text,
Sure,
like not reading
sure.
that essay.
Okay, okay.
God forbid women have hobbies.
Oh, so true.
Mhm. I think that's the end of my quirky bit list. I'm in a tremendous
okay.
urban rush. I've been saying that a lot. Only
A
because-
tremendous urban rush.
Yeah.
Like working girl, like I gotta get there.
Mhm.
Sure.
Very
okay.
Emily in Paris.
Sure. Now I didn't
Soundtrack
watch
thing.
that, so I can only take your word for it.
Me neither.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. To explain, what's your party trick,
Oh,
Spencer?
yeah,
Yeah,
my
tell
party
them.
trick. This is very fun, and this is a new party trick because I previously have not really had a party trick,
That's
a
fair.
go-to.
Yeah.
It's really kind of embarrassing because when everybody's doing party tricks, I just kind of have to sit quietly and smile.
But I do appreciate your vulnerability here on the pod.
Thank
yeah.
you. I just feel like I gotta be honest. I
Yeah.
gotta speak my truth, which I always aim to do, unless of course I'm lying. So I guess for my party trick, David, would you like to name any year between 1928 and 2022?
Yes.
Okay.
And before I do so, I'm even gonna like test you and Google
Oh,
the
sure.
answers that you're gonna give
Sure.
me.
If you like,
Because
I can give you my spreadsheet.
I'm why wouldn't you have a spreadsheet? Of course, that makes so much
It
sense.
just makes it a little easier. Sometimes when I ask Caitlin to look something up, she's like, I don't think this is right. There's like 20 movies here. And I'm like, that's not right.
So-
I'm like, you're obviously not looking up the best picture nominees or whatever.
okay.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert for my party trick.
This is so long, Spencer.
Thank you.
This is so long. There's so many things. I'm at like 300 and no,
Oh,
I'm not even
well, bestie,
halfway.
I'm sure you know 601 movies have been nominated for Best Picture. And then beyond that, like once you get past all of the Best Picture nominees, we get into the ones with Best Actress and Best Actor wins.
Wow. Okay. Okay. You know what I'm gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go through and find. Yeah, I want to hear you say that name.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I'm gonna start with a name and follow it all the way to the end here.
Start with a name.
2009.
Oh, 2009, great year. So obviously that ceremony was hosted by Steve Martin and Alec Baldwin. The winner was The Hurt Locker by Catherine Bigelow. Jeremy Renner was nominated for Best Actor, but he didn't win. Jeff Bridges won for Crazy Heart. Also nominated were Avatar, The Blind Side, District 9, and Education, Inglorious Bastards, Precious, Up in the Air, and I'm missing one, A Serious Man.
Those were almost perfectly in order too,
Yeah, pretty much.
except for a serious man.
I snuck out of that.
You knew the one that was out of order.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
insane. Oh my goodness. You know what? I kind of want to watch Precious now. That's pretty
It's
good.
based on the novel Push by Sapphire, and
Okay.
it won Best Adapted Screenplay. Gabourey Sidibe nominated for Best Actress, but didn't win. That went to Sandra Bullock for The Blind Side.
That was a good movie too.
Yeah, not bad.
You don't like Blindside? That's
I
not.
like it fine. I don't really like sports movies.
Okay, we're going for 1978.
Oh, 1978. Okay, so this is the year after Annie Hall. This would have been The Deer Hunter. This was a big year for black and white posters. So this would have had Heaven Can Wait, Midnight Express, Barry Lyndon. Am I right with Barry Lyndon or is it Lenny?
You're
Don't tell
wrong.
me. I'm wrong on both. Midnight Express, Unmarried Woman. Heaven Can Wait. And one more. This is the first one. I don't know.
Coming Home.
Coming Home. Of course, John Voight, Jane Fonda. How could I forget?
They're so. I'm shocked at this. So when did you start this research journey?
The spreadsheet probably I started about a month ago.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you had a lot of this knowledge before you put it down in notes.
Some of it, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I started doing so every day I go to my work job, which is at a desk,
Yeah.
and I do the Wordle and the connections in the New York Times mini crossword, of course.
Cute.
And then after that, I go to Jetpunk, and I did Countries of the World, and now I'm done with Countries of the World because I can get them all no problem. So then I started doing Best Picture winners, and then got those all pretty fast. I mean, there's only 96 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so then now I'm trying to do nominees. The tricky thing is it takes a while to get every Best Picture nominee, and I only have a few hours at work. And I also have like a job to do there.
While you're at work.
Yeah, while I'm at work. So I
Sure,
have to be
sure,
like,
sure, sure.
hang on, let me remember what that other movie was. Oh, Coming Home. Yeah.
I love that. Okay, what is I'm gonna get weird now.
Uh-oh. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you.
Mhm.
So I'm solid on the Best Picture winners.
Yeah,
Directors, actors, and actresses are still a work in progress.
that's fair.
So
It's a lot of
I just might not know,
information.
and I'm human. So I'm comfortable telling you that sometimes I just might not know,
Okay.
especially if it's between 33 and 44 when there were a million nominees.
That's funny. So we're going for 1933.
Oh, great.
No, it's
Cavalcade.
no, stop. My question is,
Oh, sorry.
what is the longest title of a nominee in 1933?
Farewell to Arms.
No,
Oh. Let's see. So this would have been.
there's one that has many.
Oh, I'm a
words.
fugitive from a chain gang.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
How could I
Okay.
forget?
Let's see. Listen down about it. Okay, I'm getting some references here. What is the shortest title from the nominees from 1938?
Oh, great. 1938. Okay, so this year was You Can't Take It With You as the winner. Right.
33, I said. 38.
Oh, yeah, 38. Just kidding. Gone with the Wind. Nope, just kidding. It is You Can't Take It With You.
That's right.
Oh, gee willikers.
It's a word that is also in RuPaul's hit song "Call Me Mother." It's a name, I suppose. It might
It's a
not be, but I'm
name.
pretty sure it's a name.
1938. Is it Dodsworth?
Mm-mm. Body like Dodsworth. Grapes of Wrath. That sounds funny.
Gee willikers. I just don't think I know. Wilson?
Jezebel.
Oh, sure. Betty Davis.
Hmm.
Jezebel, of course.
So, do you?
That's the shortest one, really.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, do you go through these like? Because there will be a point where
Yeah.
you have all of this information,
In my brain, yeah.
and you won't really need the document.
No.
So have you moved through things like this for your entire life? Like, are there other documents that are just sitting in your brain because of cycles like this?
Like where I get like insane about something. And it's all I think about. Probably. I mean, of course, I had a document for Stardew Valley. That was a big one.
What is that?
So it's a farming simulation video game.
Okay.
It's amazing. I'll just promo that.
Yeah.
Sponsor for this week is Stardew Valley. You can get it on the Switch or on PC
Okay.
for $9.99. I'm just kidding. I don't know how much
So
it
I
is.
can't even buy
And you
it.
can use the code SLAY for 50% off. And we'll do StardewValley.com/slay and use slay at checkout. So basically, it's like a farming game, and you have a little farm. I can't believe you've never heard of it.
I've heard of farming simulation games.
Oh, you've heard
I-
of the concept of video games.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah. I
That's a good
don't
start.
play them though. I play solitaire.
Oh, no, don't even get me started on solitaire.
I love solitaire.
I
Why?
love solitaire.
Yeah.
And I have a hot take about solitaire, which
What is
is
it?
if you play solitaire with one card draw, your life is a joke, and I don't think you should be allowed to vote.
What do you mean one card draw? Explain that to me.
Like when you draw a card from the deck, you draw one card at a time.
As opposed to what?
3-card draw.
So you can see 3 at once,
But you can only use the top one.
but you can only use the top one as opposed to.
Pulling one card and being able to use it or not use it, and then pulling another card and being able to use it or not use it. You would pull 3 cards, and you can use the top one, and once you've used that, you could use the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like normal solitaire.
I'm struggling to see the difference, I suppose, is what.
Well, one card draw is basically cheating.
Why?
You just pull cards until you can use one. Like there's no consideration. There's no obstacles. Do you play one card draw?
Didn't even know I had the option. I don't know which one I play. Because if you can only, so in a 3-card draw, you can only use the top one?
Yeah.
So then what's the point of being able to see those next two?
So that you can use your top card and then use one of the other ones. Like
But
you'd be
wouldn't-
like, oh, I normally would never place a 2 on a card unless I'm putting it up in the top.
Yeah.
But if there was an ace behind it, I would use the 2 down the bottom and then put the ace up. You know, like you can make decisions and strategize. I don't know if you ever do that in your solitaire game.
I do, but I don't know if that would impact that. Because either way, it's still going to come up. I don't know if it matters if I can see what's coming next or not.
Well, it only comes next if you play that top card. Otherwise, it's lost until you loop back around.
Oh. What? So there's 3 cards that come up.
Uh-huh.
And then if you don't use the top one, all 3 of them go away?
Well, they don't go away, but if you don't use the top
they
one,
go back in the deck.
then you would like draw 3 more cards.
Oh. Okay, there's the delineation. I
Yeah.
didn't know. Okay, so I play 1 card.
Yeah, so basically I don't think you should be allowed to vote. Sorry, I'll say it.
Why?
What's the point of playing solitaire?
I love
Don't you just pull
solitaire.
every card, put it where it goes, pull a card, put it where it goes, and then you're done?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what solitaire is.
Yeah, no, it's not. There's actually another way to play it.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in the settings of my phone and
Yeah,
see if I can
3-card
change
draw.
that. That's great.
Yeah. So anyway, basically I was really into Stardew Valley for a while.
Okay, yeah.
And then I had my big spreadsheets with all the like gifts that everybody likes and stuff.
Who's everybody?
So there are other people who live in the town with you. And one of the things that you are trying to do as a farmer is make friends with those people and maybe fall in love. Ooh la la.
Oh, like The Sims.
Kind of like The Sims.
Woo woo.
It'd be more like Animal Crossing.
I don't know that either.
Oh God. Sorry, I forgot your. Nothing.
Oh, you know, I had, yeah,
forgot
my
your-
things were too mean,
I
so I
forgot your
could
don't play Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
Basically, you want to become their friends, and you can
Yeah.
give them little presents, and then they will like you more.
Are they real people?
No,
And
I'm the only real person. They're all from the computer, and it's all the same. Like if you and I both have Stardew Valley, we live in the same town, and all the same people live in the town.
Okay, that was my question.
Yeah. Like it's like one set of like 20
Like, everybody
villagers,
knows
townspeople.
Fred.
Everybody knows Fred, or people like everybody knows Haley or whatever. And you're like, oh, statistically, she's the easiest one to romance because whatever, she likes coconuts, which you can get easily or whatever. Not that, but
I'm always saying that.
something like that. So I had my spreadsheet so that I knew what gifts everybody liked the best. But then I don't need that anymore. 'Cause it's just in your brain.
Yeah, because once it's there.
Once it's there, well, I mean, it probably will go away at some point.
Yeah, if you don't use it,
I'll learn some new piece of information and it'll
the little
fall
brain,
out of my ear.
the little brain guys from Inside Out will come start vacuuming out your memory shelves.
Exactly. That little tiny SpongeBob will pull out the filing cabinet drawer, dump them out.
Yeah,
Everything but fine
Doodle
dining.
Bop is gonna start erasing
Everything but fine dining. Yeah, that's gonna be me. Everything but Oscars.
everything.
Someone's gonna go,
oh,
"What's your name?" I'm gonna go, "Frank Capra."
Everything but Oscars. Okay, you're gonna hate what I'm about to say
Oh,
here,
what is it?
but it's because I don't really participate in like the award shows.
Sure.
Especially not the Oscars. I'm not super interested by movies.
Sure.
I think
That's your prerogative.
I just like watching TV shows more. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I do have the craving for like a longer narritive arc, but
Sure.
sometimes I don't have time for that.
Like the
Um,
Saw franchise. Just want to make sure I don't go over my allotted 2 minutes on the Saw franchise.
I forgot about that. I'm gonna throw up. Yeah. How much was that?
So that was
1.98.
1.98 seconds.
Okay,
So I've
yeah.
still got lots of
We got it.
time to talk about the Saw franchise.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's good. Spencer has a 2 minute dissertation for us on the Saw movie.
What's interesting to me is you said, I usually watch TV, but sometimes I like something with a longer narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a movie, usually, depending on the movie, is between 90 minutes and 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
TV show, depending on the TV show, is about 9 million hours.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm wondering what you mean by that.
I think it's because I'm not a girl who's going to pause it in the middle and come back to that spot the next day. Like the episodes in smaller pieces is what gets me.
Sure.
Like I can watch a 40-minute episode, but I would never pause a movie halfway through and come back to it the
Oh,
next
no?
day. No.
Oh, I love doing that.
Oh. Just because like you're tired and now it's time for bed or what?
My sister came home and she wants to watch House.
So now you're halfway
So I'm
through
like, okay, I'm currently halfway through A Serious Man
Okay.
from 2009.
Okay, here's something interesting about me. I have this thing, and it specifically comes down to music, but I've never related it to movies, so maybe this
sure.
is why I don't like pausing in the middle. But if I'm listening to a song, let's say I'm walking to therapy,
Sure.
and I have my headphones in, and a song is playing, if I do not let that song finish to completion before the headphones are taken out of my face, I will have that song in my head until I am able to come back and finish it.
I don't think that's unusual. Like the closing the loop, like song stuck in your head, whatever. It's often been said that the cure for a song stuck in your head is to listen to that song all the way through.
Yeah.
So that doesn't surprise me. I definitely don't feel the same way.
It's so interesting. It's been forever, and sometimes if I do it before I go to bed, my dream is that song
Okay, that's messed up.
over and over and over
Sorry, I
again.
just kicked you. That's strange to me.
Yeah. I do have weird dreams. I have a lot of weird dreams.
Do you have recurring dreams? I probably asked you this before because I'm obsessed with dreams.
You have, I don't think, not recently, but as I was growing up, I've had a few.
Interesting.
Yeah, one of them is just climbing to the top of a very old, tall, rusty slide.
Sure.
And the steps are really steep, and I just get to the top, and instead of sliding down, I just jump off the other way.
Sure.
Yeah. And then you like jerk yourself awake. And
Yeah,
then that's it. Yeah.
Of course.
What are your recurring dreams?
I don't really have like recurring exact dreams. I had one from a kid that used to scare the hell out of me. But I haven't had it as an adult.
Yeah.
I do have like recurring themes, of course, as I'm sure everyone does. That probably doesn't mean anything deeper about my psyche or anything. But I do frequently dream about being physically lost, ill-prepared, and late to things. Yeah. But
Are you late in real life, or are you always
yes.
on time in real life?
oh yes, punctuality has been a major struggle for me.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting better at it as an adult.
Yeah.
Now I can like have the skills to pad my timeline accordingly. Like today I had an appointment at 11:15. It takes 2 hours and 15 minutes to drive from my house to where my appointment is. So you would think she should leave at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I left at 8:20.
Okay.
And then
Well, that's great.
because I'm like, I just have to believe that that's when I have to leave.
Did you leave at that time? Or
I did leave at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that's great. That like 30-minute to 1 hour buffer.
Just have a little bit of a gap. Yeah. And for my work, like my work day starts at 8 o'clock. I have some, like, I'm the first person who gets there. I have some things to do before we open. So, but I don't start getting paid until 8 o'clock. But I try to get there between 7:30 and 7:45.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I just want to be good. And then when I'm running late and I'm like, oh no, I'm behind schedule, that means that I get there at about 7:50. So I still am in good time, you know?
Yeah. And still going above and beyond.
But like, and the thing is, and I never advocate for this for anybody. People who say, oh no, I say if you're not 15 minutes early, you're late. I'm like, that's effed up. Like if I start at 8, I'm starting at 8. But to be honest, that's my business. I like to make the coffee and then like do my opening stuff by myself.
That's, yeah.
Drink the coffee. This is a big one. And of course we have a drip coffee machine. So I don't know if you guys know this about the drip coffee machine, but your first cup of coffee that is made into that thing is disgusting.
Yeah. Like gritty.
Yeah, well, like,
yeah.
not gritty. There's a filter in there, so no. But
some
it's-
still gets through there.
I do not find that. Well, I guess maybe it
Not
doesn't.
gritty, but like almost
Like
like,
the
a
grounds are
slimy.
Slimy. I don't know if I'd say slimy, but
Just
it's
a
just
different
it's
consistency.
bitter. Like it kind of burns
Okay.
and it's super concentrated. It's just gross. So you have to let the coffee brew for a little while before you can have a cup of it, or it's gross. So I just like to take my time.
And it's so nice to not feel rushed.
It's nice to not feel rushed. That's exactly right.
Because then you make mistakes when you're rushed too,
So
and that's
true.
like when accidents happen and shit
So
like
true.
that.
And sometimes weird stuff happens. Like sometimes I go to work and I turn on the computer and it says, yeah, the account is locked. And I have to phone IT
Ugh.
and say, hello, can you unlock it? And they say, oh, you just give it 5 minutes. It unlocks automatically. And I say, okay, I'm the first person to try to log on in 12 hours. So that's obviously not it. They're like, oh, okay, sorry. Is it unlocked now? I'm like, yes, it is. Thank you.
I totally forgot
Jerks.
about the world of IT and like phoning for
Annoying.
technical help.
Annoying.
That's so wild.
It sucks.
Okay, you know what I just
Oh,
remembered?
what is it?
And this was from the very beginning when we started talking here
Hmm.
about our connections because we're talking about our origin story.
Mhm.
We've had two connections that are like weird.
Yes.
Do you remember the first one? The first one that we figured out? Because was it okay, we'll go back to Swan Hills.
Swan Hills, the center of Alberta geographically, where they take the toxic waste.
Toxic waste.
Yeah, that's where the toxic waste disposal center is in Alberta. Because it's geographical center.
What does toxic mean? Like what is that actually from? Do you know?
I don't know, batteries.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Some acid.
It could be, it's probably batteries.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Chemical.
Like a facility or just like a hole in the ground?
It's a facility. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
facility.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went there as a kid.
Hmm.
But that's where I didn't grow up there, but I lived there for a short time as a tiny, tiny child. Like I went to kindergarten there.
Oh, okay.
And you lived there
Yeah.
for a time.
Yeah, similar to you, very short.
Mm.
I have one memory from living in Swan Hills, and it was Easter, and the Easter bunny came and brought me candy.
Oh, that's so nice of her.
I remember.
Or him. Could be a man.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody said it
remember-
couldn't be a man.
I remember eating a garbage can full of candy, but it was like a pink plastic garbage
Yeah,
can.
I figured, yeah.
And I remember being like 3 years old, being like, not that, but that concept.
kind of thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
interesting. Maybe that's why I liked that.
Maybe.
But I remember being like a little kid, being like, oh my God, that's so chic, because this is normally gross, but this is
But
delicious.
now it's good. What
Yeah.
the heck? This is avant-garde.
Yeah. Oh, and maybe the
Wow.
basement flooding. I remember there were like some basement
Oh,
flooding
no.
nonsense. And I remember, because when you're that young, sometimes, like, I remember people were stressed, but being like, that's not about
Yeah,
me.
not my problem.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
just a kid, whatever.
Yeah.
But basically, your mother was a kindergarten teacher in that town of Swan Hills
Mhm.
and taught both my brother and sister kindergarten in the 90s.
And then we moved
Isn't that nuts?
so far away, because where did you and your family move after Swan Hills?
Then we moved right to the Calgary area.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we went straight up north,
Split up.
like real far. And then we both
Came back
to Lethbridge.
to Lethbridge. In betweensies. Nope, not in betweensies. Souther.
Yeah.
both of us.
Like, what are the chances of that?
That's
And
just
then
so nuts.
and then we start working together,
Yeah.
and then we like loop back to be friends. It's so
Now, I
weird.
don't know what your second strange connection is that you're talking about.
Yeah, okay, so I went out. This is so
Oh, or maybe
Yeah.
is it all of those people from outside that one drag show and like you walked up with frickin' Sean from Boston Pizza?
I have no idea what you're talking
Okay,
about.
sorry, you say you were-
No, so I was out with Georgia Cormonic, who has
my
been on my
God,
podcast
yes.
before, because I'm now DJ David. Find me on Spotify. That's not a joke. DJ David on Spotify. And
What about this?
I was DJing for her singing act, and then after, yeah, we're like congregated. I was with Georgia and like their brother and the family and that. We're just standing together, and then this man, her brother, like out of nowhere, just leans over and he's like, "Do you know Spencer McFarlane?" Yeah, I do. And yeah, just so weird. And then he's like, "We need to take a Snapchat together." I'm like,
What's
"All right, I guess
insane
we do."
So he's dating my cousin.
Mhm.
So what is insane is previously to that you had posted the podcast episode with Georgia. And I saw that you had tagged like Georgia, and of course it's spelled Georgia, different.
Yeah.
And I saw that and I said to Kate, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. Like, look who David just posted a podcast with. It's that really nice girl from the mall who I was telling you about. Like, I had gone to a retail location where she works, unless this is privacy breach. Gone to a retail location where she works, and
Where?
a Bath and Body Works.
I don't think that's the same
I'm
person.
sure it is.
Like,
It
what?
must be.
When was this?
Like, November.
They live in Edmonton.
What?
They do not work at Bath and Body Works.
Who the fuck? Are you kidding? I was so sure it was the same person.
It is not.
They look literally identical.
In Calgary, Bath and Body Works?
No? Lethbridge.
Oh, then definitely
What
not.
the hell?
100% not.
Okay, well then cut that out. Never mind, I'm
What?
mistaken. I was so sure that was the same
There's a
person.
Georgia doppelganger in the Lethbridge.
Georja. Pronouns on the name tag, she, they.
You're kidding. Spelled
Truly,
the same way.
Truly, Georja. I know.
Georgia, what are you doing? Let's do like one little fun thing and then we'll take a break. And then we'll come
Okay,
back.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to hear my funny bits?
Oh my God. Yes, I'm dying
Yes, if
to.
you wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when
you
we come
want.
back, you'll fix Halloween.
I'll fix Halloween
And then
for us.
what
I know
was,
we've been
there's
waiting
one
for
more. Oh, and then your Saw franchise.
that. Oh, and we'll talk about the Saw franchise. I don't really have specific thoughts about the Saw franchise. I
but
just
you
like
can go
talking
forever.
about it.
I
I
know
just
you
like
can
talking
go
about it. just have thoughts about it.
So
Whatever.
good.
Okay.
Oh, wait, let me take a sip of my coffee first so I don't
Sure.
spew
Take
it
a sip of your
everywhere.
coffee, sure. Get a spit take ready to go. This one has really been going along with my movie era.
Okay.
But if I'm with somebody and I'm like, oh, wait, we should watch a movie. They're like, yeah, sure. Then I'll say like, oh, do you think we should do like a comedy or a drama? And I say, oh, I don't know. And then you say, okay, and silent or a talkie? I think that's fun.
That is good.
These
Yeah.
are like, what?
Yeah.
It's just fun. When someone asks how you are, you say, fixed in the gaze of the evil eye. What about you?
Oh, that's dark.
Yeah.
Fixed in the gaze of the evil eye.
Yeah, me when I'm fixed in the gaze of the evil eye.
I'm always fixed in the gaze of the
Yes.
evil eye.
Rot city, meaning bad. This is a good one. So I work in the medical field. So this one I've been getting some legwork out of. Blood work, I sure hope it does. No, that's not bad.
That's good.
It's
Yeah.
fun. It's fun. It's cheeky.
Do people get it if they don't know, like, work diva? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I think it's like it works, like your blood works. Like blood work.
Like is successful.
Yeah, like
at
work.
doing the things.
Yeah, like I sure hope it does.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like an old man joke. But old men love you.
Yeah, yeah.
Old men love you.
Old men love me, and I love old men. I'm gonna be honest.
It's great. You do have a similar personality, which is
Thank
weird.
you.
Why do I like you then?
Oh,
It's
what?
not because you're like an old man.
You like old men though.
I
I'm
don't.
sure you do. Everybody does.
No.
No, they don't. That actually is not accurate. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm sorry about the
That's it.
libel.
Okay, yeah, give me your next
Okay.
one.
I'm about to follow through on all those threats I've made.
That's good.
Yeah, so that's a good one. I like that. Someone says something weird. You say, is that code for number 1 or number 2? Or like when someone says, oh, sorry, I'm just going to go outside and smoke a cigarette. Is that code for number 1 or number 2? Like, what are you doing?
It's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
Let's see. Is this thing on?
Yeah.
Love
yeah,
that. Is this thing on?
Yeah.
I don't know if that comes through sound-wise.
It does, yeah.
Sure, good. Yeah, yeah. Is this thing on? When someone tells a good story, you ask if they thought about adapting it for the stage. Yeah, love that.
Honestly,
It's like a
always.
little bit better than like cool story you should tell it at parties or whatever.
Mm.
Have you thought about adapting it for stage?
Mm-hmm.
Love this one.
Yeah.
Aren't you forgetting something?
Oh, that's stressful.
That's funny. My dad used to do something similar to me all the time, which is I would come upstairs for breakfast or whatever, and he'd say, well, anything you want to tell me?
That's so ominous.
Vicious. I'd be like racking my brain. I'm like, what the fuck?
But as a parental
did I do?
strategy, that's not bad though.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, did
Yeah.
you ever like spill the beans of something unnecessary?
No, I would sit in silence and
Yeah.
rack my brain.
Sit in solemn silence.
I would
on
sit
it.
in silence on a dull, dark dock.
Thank you.
I know there's a second part to it, but I don't know what it is.
Mm.
Kind of crazy. You could say, okay, let's wait about a week and maybe it'll fix itself. Wait, what way does time go again? That's a good one.
Just the commitment to the bit, like the eye roll in the middle
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
is just
Yeah,
perfectly
yeah.
placed.
I can handle all that, but how to make it look like an accident? That one's fun.
I need to write that one down.
Yeah.
That's good.
Instead of left and right, I've been saying driver's side and passenger side.
Okay.
Funny.
Quite specific to us.
On this continent, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
What
it is.
was the one that you said I was going to write down?
I'll handle it, but how to make it look like an accident.
Okay.
Yeah. I love that. Out of all these, that's your first one you're writing down.
There were other ones that I would have,
But that's okay.
It wasn't enough to motivate me to like open the laptop. But that one
So
I
true.
need to say again.
So true. It's good for morale. Any reason? This
Yeah.
might have come from your list because it's right underneath another one that came from your list. So who knows?
I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my
Doesn't make
favorites from you is I gotta go because this is a wig and it's a rental.
Oh, love that.
Mm-hmm. One I've said to you a lot. He looks like a smoked herring.
Oh, he looks like a smoked herring.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't think I've heard that from you.
Oh, okay.
Or if I did, I forgot about it.
Yeah, you know those people that look like smoked herrings.
I actually do. I feel like I might call that someone who looks like a shovel made of rubber bands. Which is also one of my go-tos that people often don't like to hear.
It's funny because
Some people don't get it.
even you saying that to me reinforces the fact that I said that one to you because you responded that to me the first time I said it because I
Yeah, that's
because I
possible.
remember I made you explain to me in quite detail what that means to you.
It's tough to explain it.
A
It's just,
shovel
you can
made of
just
rubber bands.
tell when you look at someone.
I think it's just the engineering of it all that I'm
Sure.
like, how is that possible?
Well, it's not.
We need structure.
You have to
the
suspend your
point.
disbelief.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not great at that.
It's kind of like magical realism, water for chocolate, so to speak.
What? Huh?
You know, like the book.
No.
Okay, never mind then.
I don't read. Trying to quit.
Okay, now that's funny.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty funny.
Oh man, it only cost me my entire faith in humanity.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not a bad one.
Yeah, that's right.
Hmm.
Okay, Spencer, I think
Yes.
it's time we take a little break. So
I will close off this section of the podcast by saying Spaghetti and Meatballs, 1994.
welcome back. Here we are with Something with Spencer. Is that what we said? Something with Spencer?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, some kind of S. Let us know in the
Yeah,
comments.
sure, whatever.
Not super fussed about it.
Honestly, I'm not fussed.
I've said that a lot and people always comment on it.
Really?
Are you a 9-year-old man?
By saying you're not fussed?
Yeah.
I probably said it 10 times today.
I think it's like an older thing.
Really?
I'm not fussed.
Sometimes I'm just not fussed.
There's no other way to say that other than, in fact,
Not fussed.
Yeah.
Or I will have to say, what, nonplussed? That sounds even fancier.
what?
Nonplussed? nonplussed.
That's some linguistical topography there.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Etc.
So,
Okay, so Spencer.
yeah. So basically, I'm here to fix Halloween. I'm sure we've all noticed the glaring issues with Halloween and the rest of the calendar. But basically, as I'm sure we all know, the Earth revolves around the sun. That takes 365 days, yada, yada, yada. The year should be divided into 73 5-day weeks. Even weeks. Each month gets 6 weeks. Fuck Mondays and Wednesdays. So our week now, since it's only 5 days, we've lost 2 days. Monday and Wednesday, they suck. Some of these months are still going to have 31 days, and the rest of them have 30. That's just the way it is. But the weeks are still even. And this system is called New Calendar. This is basically what it looks like. You feel free to, screenshot that if you need to. But basically, what this means is that every year, January 1st is on a Tuesday. So you never have to wonder what day of the week will my birthday be, because mine's always on Tuesday.
Oh, I like that.
I'm just taking that for the team.
Mm-hmm.
Remembrance Day is always on a Sunday, as it should be. Oh, yeah, and look at that. I've got some little notes in here. I'm trying to remember when I made this.
Mondays. I was going to say, why is Garfield in there?
Garfield's there because we did him a solid. We ditched the despicable Monday. Tuesday is your first day of the week. 5-day work week is no more. Now I've got the 3-day work week. Good first step towards 0-day work week.
Honestly.
Let's see. When you have a calendar, you can use your same calendar every single year.
Oh, I do.
Because it's always the same. Your same planner.
You can just microwave it and get all the notes out.
Microwave and take the notes out.
Yeah.
But like, if you have like a whiteboard calendar, you no longer have to write all the numbers on it. It's already on it.
You know the joke I just said?
Where you microwave and get the notes
I saw that on Shark Tank, which isn't even a
really?
joke. There is a book that you can microwave it. It's called a Rocket Book. I had one.
So
I might
funny.
have it still. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's funny. I love that.
Sorry,
Let's
I
get
decided to say that. Yeah.
the end. I've solved it. But wait, I know you're thinking about the leap year. Half of your audience is thinking that I've forgotten about leap years.
Which is this year, right?
Which is this year, yes. The other half is thinking that I haven't even mentioned Halloween once.
I did.
And yet another half has not thought about either of these things and thinks this is a great idea.
That's me.
And you are right. So the leap year is the issue. That's where I got stuck making this. So any added day would mess up the whole same calendar every year problem. Of course, you can't just go without the leap year, because that would totally F your seasons up eventually after the thousands and thousands of years that this calendar will be active. So let's solve that problem with another problem. Not enough Halloween.
Oh.
Obviously, Halloween's the best holiday. Adding even another day, like October 32nd or Halloween Part 2, would still mess with our beautiful calendar. So instead, every 4 years, New Calendar has a leap year-esque phenomenon called Double Trouble Super Halloween. This is one day every 4 years where Halloween is 48 hours long.
Oh, I love it.
It is still one day. It's just one long day. It gets dark for a while in the middle of that day. But then the day continues. So it's still all Saturday,
Okay.
even though it's 48 hours long. And then November 1st is still Sunday. Here's how time works. Basically, I have a little chart. If you're watching the video medium, I'm sure you can view the chart. If you're watching the audio, feel free to find that on David's Instagram. So
YouTube.
I meant YouTube. So you tack on an extra 24 hours. Every hour that already exists is the same as it was. There are just new hours. So on October 31st at 1 p.m., that's still October 31st at 1 p.m. November 1st at 1 p.m. is now October 31st at 25 p.m.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
There's just extra hours in it. Sorry.
Oh, why 25 and not 20? Oh, I see. Because
That's 1 p.m.
24 is 12.
24 would be 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so don't even worry about that. Here's how it's nice. Sometimes on Halloween, you want to go party. You want to go out to the clubs. You want to drink, whatever.
Sorry, I'm stuck on balls out.
Yeah. Sometimes on Halloween, you want to stay in and watch, start my timer, the Saw franchise. Sometimes on Halloween, you want to have like a little house party, whatever. You can do both. Or all three. You can do whatever you like. Because you've got Double Trouble Super Halloween. And that's the end of the Halloween.
I will now
fest.
accept questions.
Yes, if you have them.
That is so good.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's my plan.
Hmm.
We just have to quickly adjust the calendar.
And how do you think you'll accomplish that? Like, what's your next step here to actually put this new calendar into business?
You know what? I'm actually not trying to put it into business. I'm waiting for Justin Trudeau to reach out to me. I've submitted the appropriate proposals, and I'm just basically waiting for the correct teams to approve them to, get them on the desks that they need to be on.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You would be very convincing, though.
Thank you.
That could be like that could be a movie. I would watch that movie.
Double Trouble Super Halloween.
Where the opening scene is you in like federal legislature in front of everybody in like the House of Commons with the whiteboard and a presentation.
Oh.
And you're standing there just giving it.
Just giving it.
Just giving her, and then
giving her.
everybody stands up. It's like a
they
roaring
clap.
standing
Yeah.
ovation, and then they just immediately
And they
do
start
it.
ripping out their calendars
Yeah.
right in front of me.
And then they all like the whole world changes.
I would love that.
But then what's the problem that we're solving? Because like imagine
Halloween.
no. No, but in like your arc of the movie, there has to be like a
the
main
movie, sure.
problem. So like they all accept your
Sure.
calendar,
Yeah.
it's in place, but what problem happens?
There just wouldn't be any. I'm sorry. the plan's
So do
too
you have
perfect.
14-minute movie. Maybe it's a short.
Yeah, short film.
It's a
Short film. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
the
nothing wrong with
success.
the Oscars short film category.
Now, Spencer.
Yeah.
I would like to introduce you to the power round of improv questions.
Oh,
So,
improv question.
don't feel the need to answer
Is the answer
these.
yes and?
Yes. No.
And?
Feel free to lie. Like it doesn't need to
okay.
be real.
Sure.
Because I know
okay,
you always
what
tell
the
the
hell?
truth unless of course you're lying
Unless,
for
of course,
fun.
but yeah.
And they don't have to be long, but of course they can be.
Sure.
So it's just we're just gonna hit you really
I
fast.
feel
here
like
with a
I'll
bunch
make
of
them nice and
things.
short and snappy. Let's just get through it.
Yeah.
Unless I have something to say.
Yeah. Oh, it's not on my list, but now that I'm thinking, when was the last time you?
Just now.
And who
as
do
we're
you
speaking.
and who do you think is really
Lewis Milestone. Who else?
and how?
Depends on the type of bird, I guess.
You've said that one before, haven't
Probably
you?
have.
Yeah, it's like that one seems familiar to me. Okay, here we go. What keeps you up at night?
Oh God. I know I said I was going to be fast and keep it punchy,
No, you do. That's okay.
but I'm just not. What keeps me up at night?
I guess it is a deep one.
Mostly playing Sudoku in my head, I guess.
Talk about that.
It really sucks when you play too much Sudoku in one day and then you play it when you go to sleep. It's called Tetris effect, I think.
Okay.
Like you do it too much and then it just plays behind your eyes. It's tricky because, of course, no one can remember the entire Sudoku board the whole time. Certainly not your pencil marks. So it changes a lot. So when I'm playing it in my head, I'm always like, yeah, I'll put an 8 there. And then I'm like, ah, dang it, there's an 8 right next to it that just appeared 1 second ago because it's a figment of my imagination.
Mm-hmm.
So it's frustrating because you can't successfully play Sudoku in your head.
If anyone could, I feel like it would be you.
If anyone could, it would be me. I could maybe memorize a Sudoku grid
Yeah,
and then
like a
play that
standard
same one every time, but
Yeah.
what would be the point?
one. I wonder if there's like a spreadsheet you could build for like an algorithm for you to remember all the variances and all of them.
Yeah, I guess somebody could do that.
Yeah. I don't know if it'd be necessary.
I don't know if they would need to.
Okay.
I usually think about other stuff.
Like Oscar winners.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking Oscar winner. Well, what's your life
Share
motto?
Moonstruck.
What's your what's your life motto?
My life motto?
Mm.
Fuck it, chuck it, football.
What excites you?
Naval mines.
What is the hardest part about serving?
The roller skates, I guess.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, God, dead in a ditch.
What is an adjective that describes you best?
An adjective?
Mhm.
Don't know. Swaggy, I guess.
You know what?
I'll have to go
actually,
swag.
It really makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't want it to for you, but it does.
Yeah, sorry.
What's one of your red flags?
Oh, I talk during movies in a movie theater.
You know what you do, but from experience, it wasn't like distracting.
You know, there actually were a lot of people around us at Saw 10. Start my timer. So I
Yeah. didn't
didn't feel like it was too bad.
There was a lot of distance too.
Yeah, there was a lot of
at the
distance
VIP
because
theater,
we were in those
honestly.
huge chairs.
How's your mental health?
I haven't had any complaints.
That's good. That's good. What's your proudest accomplishment?
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
My proudest accomplishment? I was on the news for being first in line to the One Direction pop-up store.
Where? Like,
Chinook Mall, baby.
okay. How long ago?
Oh, well, I couldn't drive.
Hmm.
Probably 12 years ago.
Okay. That's okay.
Is that fine?
Yeah, that's
Thank
okay.
God.
Who would play you in the movie of your life?
Now, this actually is an extremely amazing question to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do keep a notes file for everyone I know if I can, like, if one comes to mind. I think maybe for me, I would go with Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I think that'd be a good pick.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
What's your worst habit?
Now, for a very long time, I would have said biting my nails, but I
Mhm.
actually stopped that in 2017.
Good for you.
I was a major nail biter,
Hmm.
like, for my whole childhood. My worst habit? I don't have one.
No room for growth.
No, I'm good. My worst habit is not knowing the nominees for Best Picture in 1934.
Oh my God, stop it. Actually, no, now I'm
I hate
remembering.
when I do that.
Now I'm remembering a time like being in a hot tub with you. It's not pertinent to the story, but I remember just talking and I was like, yes, what's something that you're working on or like moving towards or like a goal that you have? And
Oh,
you're
yeah.
just like, no,
I don't really
nothing.
have any.
Yeah.
I was chilling mostly.
And I remember now I understand that about you more, but I remember in the moment I was
Yeah,
very
you were like,
mind
what the
blown.
hell is
And
wrong
I
with
wasn't
him?
really accepting of it. I'm like, Spencer.
You're like, you should be working on something.
And no, because the thing that you said to me, and I will never forget the sentence you said,
Oh,
I don't really yearn for more.
so true about me.
So true, bestie. Spencer's not out here yearning.
I'm not yearning. I'm not longing. I'm
No,
just vibing.
not yearning with Spencer.
Not yearning.
That's great. What's the most overrated thing in the world?
Funko Pop.
If you had a personal fragrance, what would it smell like?
Cumin.
Why?
Love the smell.
Really?
Yeah, best smell in the world, I'll say it.
Wow.
The people don't want to admit this, but they know it's the truth. Cumin is the best smell in the world.
I'm still just processing that. That's really interesting to me. How did you discover this? Have you known this
Yeah,
forever?
I smelled cumin, and I thought it was amazing. And I never smelled anything better ever again.
How old are you? Do you remember the
Oh,
experience?
we're gonna kid. I would have been 11.
Were you?
Is
Who-
my guess. My sister made a mac and cheese casserole with cumin on top of it, and I was like, "What's so special about this? Like, I've had mac and cheese a million times.
Mhm.
Why is this so good?" It was the cumin.
What's your favorite thing about yourself?
You know, this is gonna sound like such a dumbass fucking answer, but I'm nice. Sorry, I'm nice. I'm a nice person.
It is.
And I
true,
never
though.
really thought I was exceptionally nice, like unusually nice, until I started working in the medical field. A lot of people aren't nice.
Mhm.
Even like just having a normal conversation, sometimes someone's tone is just not nice. I'm like, try being nice.
Have you ever heard of it?
Have you ever heard of it? Look it up.
No, and I fully agree with you. I see it in you as well.
Stop.
And there's things like when we're out in public, like you do things with people that I notice in the moment, and I actively work to do some of those things too. Like in the act of becoming more
thanks.
kind. I do have a specific example. It happened not too many blocks from here the last time you were here with me. But like I feel like if I were to answer the red flag question, it would be like, I'm nice.
That's your red flag, is that you're nice?
No, it's just that I think I struggle sometimes with not being nice. Like I do consider myself a nice person, but sometimes like when my autopilot behavior comes out, there are people in the world that have had experiences with me and they're like, they're really rude. I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry. In that moment, my behavior did indicate that.
Oh my gosh.
And it's not done on purpose,
Right.
but I'm putting more effort behind making it more purposeful to be nice. You know what I mean?
What's your specific experience
With you?
with me that you're talking about?
There was just somebody, we were walking down a few blocks over, and there was somebody that, I don't know, like, it wouldn't have been somebody on the street that I would have talked to in particular. And as we were getting closer to them, their behavior was making me a little bit nervous. So I was nervous as we were like getting closer to this person. And as we walked by them, you just made eye contact with them and you're like, oh, good morning. And they like completely snapped out of like whatever thought process they were in. And they looked at you and they're like, good morning. And it was just such a nice interaction. And I was like, I was nervous walking up and you just like acknowledge this person and they seemed really happy you did that.
I feel like if I'm walking on the street and someone else is walking towards me, at the very least, I'll make eye contact and smile. Like if I have headphones in or something. Like I feel like if you see someone on the street, you say good morning.
Yeah. I did it by myself a few days later and the person told me to fuck off.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no, David.
Yeah.
Maybe that's your rude vibe coming through.
Yeah.
They thought you were being sarcastic.
Good morning. Yeah.
Well, good morning.
It's so good. But yeah, you are very nice. Oh, that was
Stop.
great. Yeah.
So nice.
I try.
And you have the most beautiful teeth.
Sometimes it's funny that the
Are
last
they veneers?
the last person I recorded a podcast with, my podcast with Yulia, she kept commenting about my teeth.
You have lovely teeth.
Yeah, thank you. I've never
You
worn
ever had them
braces.
bleached at a dentist's office?
No.
Wow.
No. They look white to you right now?
They look
Is that
really
what you're
white,
saying, Jay? Oh, wow. It's funny because a few hours ago I clocked them in the mirror and I was like, I need to do white strips because those look
Wow.
yellow. To me, at least. But yeah, I do crest white strips.
Crushed white strips. I
Yeah.
see.
I thought they were really dangerous, but I asked my dentist
Oh,
and
yeah,
hygienist
yeah.
and they were like, it's pretty much the same thing that we do here for a lot
Yeah,
more money.
like who cares?
Yeah. Enamel who?
Enamel who? Exactly right.
That's my drag
Who
name.
needs it? Enamel who is actually not a bad drag name.
Yeah, right?
Hmm.
That's great. Okay, Spencer, you know what I'm ready for?
Oh yeah, what?
I think I'm ready for your explanation of the Saw franchise.
Oh sure. Well, I won't explain it because I feel like that would be unpleasant audio material, especially for someone who hasn't watched the Saw franchise. I don't want to spoil it because I got into it kind of recently, and by the grace of
Was it because of
God-
me?
Yes, because of my friend David,
Yeah.
who said it was their favorite horror movie.
It was. Well,
It's not anymore.
I was depressed and
Oh, yeah, now that's a movie that makes you feel something.
it is. Yeah, I wasn't feeling anything and I was like, I need to watch this happen over Christmas.
Yes, and up until the Saw franchise, for me, that was the Final Destination movies,
Okay.
which, and I feel like they're kind of friends, Saw and Final Destination.
I haven't done any of the FD.
No,
No?
I love them.
Hmm.
They're really, I feel like, obviously Saw is a little bit formulaic, but they do switch it up a lot. Final Destination doesn't. they made the same movie 5 times, and I really want them to make a sixth. Like,
Of the same thing.
Of the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, do
I
it
would.
again.
I want to see it again. I
If
think
it
it's
ain't broke,
amazing.
don't you gotta reinvent the wheel.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with it. Final Destination rules. So I got into the Saw franchise, and it blew my brain.
Naturally.
I was mind freaked.
Yeah.
Honestly. And I, by the
With
grace
number
of God,
one.
yeah, with number one, by the grace of God, I had not heard anything about it. Like, I obviously knew the premise, like, whatever, this guy, Jigsaw, plays a game, yada, yada, yada. I did not know the big twists and the big reveals and all of that. I just watched unfold as if it was my first day on Earth. And it rules. I love the Saw franchise. I will say I watched them all in very quick succession. I believe I watched, well, the first 9, definitely in less than a week, probably in 5 days.
Yeah.
I just crushed them because I was obsessed with Saw. And for a while on Netflix, they would say leaving soon.
Yeah.
That ended up being a lie.
They didn't
They're
leave?
still on there. Yeah, they didn't leave.
I remember rewatching them all out of preparation of them leaving.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm like, oh, I got to haul ass. And also I was about to go house sit, and I didn't want to watch them and then go to sleep alone in the house.
Yeah, in a big empty house.
I know.
Like,
So I
that
was like, I'm
terrifying.
going to watch these at my own house where other people are. And I just adore them. So I do have to keep in my letterboxd, in my like reviews of them, I do have to keep some little notes for myself. After we saw 10, and I was trying in vain to place them, like the numbers of the Saw movies with their plots.
Yeah.
And be like, I think that was the one with the cop, or no, that was the one that I think it's like 10 years in the future and 10 years in the past, and I couldn't really figure it out. I had to then just make notes about it so that I can remember for myself which Saw is which. So now I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on the Saws, but they're just so good.
Because they're not in chronological order, are
Not
they?
almost never are they in chronological order.
I don't. Yeah, but like the movies, even as like standalone pieces,
Correct,
like they
yeah.
jump around.
Yeah, they jump around.
And even
Two
within
of
the
them are
movie
happening
themselves.
concurrently is one of the big reveals, spoiler alert, but I won't tell you which ones. And
What
one
does
of
that
them,
mean?
like at the same time.
Oh,
Like at the end of
yeah,
the
yeah.
one movie, it like links up with the end of the other movie. And you're like, what the hell? This has all been happening at the same time. Like, it's kind of cool. They're honestly just really cool. And what I appreciate is they have no concern for the audience of the movie that didn't see the last one. This is what I love. The whole, like anything past the first one, you have to have so much knowledge going into it. If you didn't watch them all within a week, you would have absolutely no clue what was going on. So I highly recommend watching them all one after the other so that you can remember, oh, that's the detective's assistant from 2 movies ago or whatever. When they like open a door with a big musical swell and reveal like, it's me, the detective's assistant from 2 movies ago. It's me, the mortician or whatever. Like, and you're supposed to, I guess, remember who that is. But luckily,
you do.
and I do because I just watched it. So like, thank God. But otherwise, you'd be hooped. Like, there's no saying, oh yeah, sure. Like, you know how you can just kind of go watch Top Gun Maverick or Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning without having seen the last one? Don't try it with Saw, folks. You will not enjoy Saw 11 when you go see it in September if you have not seen the first 10. You actually can skip Spiral.
Spiral?
You can skip Spiral from the Book of Saw. That one, I think, is pretty much self-contained. That's one with Chris Rock.
I have not seen that.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
You haven't seen that?
No.
Oh, it's not good.
Okay, that's great.
But you should watch it anyway.
Yeah,
It's
just
still a
watch it.
Saw film. Well, it's from the Book of Saw.
Is that the same of like the book of
Eli?
Matthew? Yeah. I was like, come on, what's that? David. Jesus. Yeah.
I don't know if David's a book in the Bible.
No.
You know what? It probably is,
He was
to be
a guy.
honest. He sure was a guy in the Bible, that's for sure.
Echo, is there the book of David in the Bible?
There are no titles matching Bible in your Audible library.
Oh yeah, like
He
I
makes you want to
want.
listen to the Bible in Audible.
That's so bad. My favorite part of the Saw
Thinks you're saying
movies.
search the books of David.
My favorite part of the Saw movies
Let's
is
hear
the
it.
last 4 minutes when everything is like
When they just
quick hard cuts.
replay
of,
the
like,
whole movie
here's
really
why.
fast.
Yeah.
Love that.
But then that's for somebody like me who doesn't really know what's going on and just there for like the gore and the camp
Yeah.
of it. Like I just want to see Valentina's head
Like
fall
get chopped off.
right?
Or
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
Was
yeah,
it?
what
It could have been. I think it was both, actually, to be honest.
Oh, hate when that
Yeah,
happens.
spoiler alert.
It's tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that hasn't changed with the weather.
No, it hasn't.
No. I just remember her like limbs falling off from like, work, Valentina.
Ally.
Take that thing off your face,
Yeah,
which
that
was
poor
your
gal.
head, in fact.
Yeah, her whole thing.
Yeah. I remember watching a lot of behind the scenes footage from like Valentina and like how they made her like prosthetic and
Oh,
fake
I
and
didn't
stuff
watch
and like that. Yeah, it was really cool.
Cool.
There were like videos because obviously like with a scene like that with her limb falling off in that
Yeah.
one moment, they must have filmed that like 50 times to get the one that like looked the most realistic. and the
Yeah.
best. So there was so much footage of like it falling off and you'd be able to see from an angle that made it not look real or like
Oh, cool.
it's a lot of trial,
gosh.
trial and error.
I
with
love
stuff like
that.
Yeah.
I have seen quite a bit of behind the scenes from like the first Saw,
Mm-hmm.
the James Wan and Lee Wannell or whatever. Wannell, maybe. I'm going to be honest, I don't know how to pronounce it. But I also am in the camp that, maybe foolishly, believes he's going to come back.
Oh.
Adam, from the first one?
You know, I only know that name because you've said it to me so many times.
Oh my gosh, he's like
Yeah.
one of the main guys. You know, in the first Saw movie, how there's the two guys.
Yeah, which one
And
is he?
He's the he's the one that
That dies. Oh, oh yeah,
I'm spoiling
spoilers.
it.
Yeah.
Spoiler for Saw, but basically, spoiler. One of them leaves the room, and one of them does not.
Yeah.
Adam's the one that doesn't. I'm sorry to spoil. You're gonna have to put a huge spoiler alert on
The
this
younger
thing for
one or
Saw
the older
franchise.
one?
The younger one. He's the one with the brown hair,
So
and the other one is Carrie Elwes from The Princess Bride.
so when the movie opens and the key goes down the drain in the tub.
He's the one in the bathtub.
Okay.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
So basically, he's left in that room for reasons unknown, because as we later learn, that guy, Carrie Elwes, leaves the compound and lives the rest of his life. Like, he's fine.
Mhm.
So why the hell didn't he go back for that guy? We don't know. Like,
Right.
he was like, I'll come back and get you, and he literally didn't.
Hmm.
But obviously, sometimes they cut to his rotting corpse just to make sure we know he's still dead. But there is a camp that believes actually he's still alive.
Because wasn't it the handcuff was on the wrong leg or
The
something?
cuff was on the wrong leg in one of these shots, so people are like, I actually think he might still be alive, and that's somebody else chained up.
Maybe that's Saw 11.
Maybe that's yeah, maybe that is Saw 11, and I love that. And when we were going into Saw X, I was like, Adam's going to be alive, I'm sure of it.
And then Adam wasn't.
We were
alive.
sorely disappointed. Adam wasn't even in it. Neither was Lawrence. Nobody was in it. I guess Shawnee Smith was in it, and that was a joy.
Mm,
I will say I was glad about that.
Yeah.
Didn't think we'd ever see her again. I was pretty sure she had died.
wouldn't be surprised.
Wouldn't be surprised, but
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
There we go. Now I put it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
Basically,
good.
that's most of my thoughts on the Saw franchise. Which one do you think is the best one?
I really like one.
Yeah, I know.
really like one.
Me too.
And I think it's because it was like the opening scene of me figuring out what this franchise was.
Mhm.
And I remember enjoying it just like for what it was.
Yep.
But then at the end, when that happened,
Yeah.
I was like, this twist
Nuts.
is so well done. And like the storytelling and the cinematography, like if you're
Yeah.
able to see, because so many people say like, I can't because it's so gory and gross. But if you can start to look at the gore as camp,
Mhm.
like it's
Or
just
if
like,
you can do what I do and cover your eyes for that.
yeah, that's fair. There are a
It
few
works.
things where I'm like,
Sometimes you cover your eyes. It's
I'm
fine.
not willing to watch that, even if it's fake.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's not so bad.
I also like the one where it's funny, I don't know the numbers. So I'm like all the things.
It's okay. I'll
The
help
one
you.
with the one with the boy.
Oh, number 2.
Yeah. Oh, is that number 2?
Yeah, with the yellow house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that's a movie that if you squished all the frames together, I could decipher it because it is so
Oh, so
yellow.
now you're arguing with
It's
yourself.
so yellow. It's insane.
Well, you think there's more yellow in Saw 2 than there is green in Shrek?
Okay, yes. I think so. Obviously, Shrek is green, but it's not like the set is green.
No, but there's so many shots of Shrek.
Yeah, but like there's other colors in it. Like what I mean about Saw 2 is I feel like there's like a yellow tint over everything in that movie.
Oh, so like
and then one of the
Mexico.
later Saw movies is like green. And that's the one that I'm like, that's the green Saw. I think it's Saw 5.
Hmm.
There's a green Saw and a yellow Saw.
Interesting.
And a blue Saw. Really, the first Saw is blue.
Yeah,
I never have a problem
absolutely.
remembering which one is the first one because it's the
Yeah.
best one. But
Huh. Okay, what's your
Yeah.
favorite one?
honestly, obviously, number 1
Yeah.
is unmatched in terms of cinema, period. Other than number 1, because I do think it stands on its own, I want to say, honestly, number 3.
What's number 3?
Number 3 is the one with the doctor.
Oh.
She was in Crash also. So basically, she's there to do brain surgery on Jigsaw.
And
She
then
has
it-
that big necklace on.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is where the man at the end gets trapped in the cage from the neck up and has to save himself from drowning.
That's well, kind of. So that happens at the end of Saw 4, which happens at the same time as Saw 3.
Okay.
So they
yeah.
put him in there at the end. It actually might even be in the beginning of Saw 5 that he's in the tank.
Oh,
But like
okay.
event timeline wise,
It's right there.
it's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. After the events of Saw 3, Luke from Gilmore Girls gets put in the water box.
Because then there's the gunshot too, and then we see the perspective of that gunshot from like
Yes,
3 different
so
times. over the
cool,
cross.
so
Yeah.
insanely cool. I love the Saw movies immensely.
Right? The way that you tell the story is just so. Have they been nominated for any Oscars?
Never.
Wow.
I don't think. Well,
Why-
certainly not for Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Director, or Best Actress, or Best Supporting. Maybe
Hmm.
I'm not fluent in the special effects ones and cinematography ones.
Yeah.
And you'd be sometimes surprised at which ones get nominated for that.
Hmm.
Yeah. That one Borat movie, one of the Borats was nominated for an Oscar.
Did it win?
I have no idea.
Hmm.
It was one of the ones I don't care about. Cut that out. It makes me sound racist.
Okay, so now that we've talked
Can you
about.
keep in where I say cut that out? It makes me sound racist.
Yeah, I can.
but not what I said.
Yeah, I'll just post that as like a standalone 3-second reel. I'm like, cut that out of it. That's so good. Yeah, I don't want to get you canceled.
No, I don't want to
Your
get canceled
sticker
either.
business would go under.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, do you want to plug that? Do
What I
that.
actually want to plug is my Letterboxd at Spence McFarland. You can follow me there.
What
and
is
see my
Letterboxd?
reviews. So it's like an app for like movie reviews.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and honestly,
You
it
get to see the
sounds like
movies
you
I've
are the
watched.
authority.
I'm the
Yeah.
authority. Well,
Yeah.
I'm working on it. There are still a lot of big movies I haven't seen,
As in.
like Best Picture winners and like
Oh,
movies that the ones like everybody's seen. I haven't seen Pulp Fiction yet. I
Mm.
haven't seen Lost in Translation yet,
Okay.
and lots of Best Picture winners that I think are going to be really boring.
Yeah.
I just muscled my way through
Oh.
Lawrence of Arabia.
Okay.
It's like 3.5 hours, maybe 4 hours long.
That's long.
Holy cannoli! And it's all like in a desert. He like rides a camel.
As you do.
Pretty much, that's actually I just summarized the whole thing. There's like a solid 5-minute sequence of him like walking slowly through like a compound, and you can just hear like the gate creaking. It's just like the sound of the gate creaking forever.
Huh.
I'm like, maybe if I had a 4-hour movie, I would have cut out some of that.
Yeah.
That's just me.
They don't have Kylie.
They didn't have Kylie to cut that out.
They need Kylie, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what makes the movie sound racist. Nobody cut anything out.
Okay, wait. So what's it called again? The app, or is it an app?
Letterboxd. Yeah, it's an app. Yeah.
Okay. So
Letterboxd.
downloading it on my phone.
Yeah, yeah.
And then what am I typing in to find
And then
you?
you're gonna type in Spence, Spence, McFarland, MC like MC Hammer, far like far away, land like Disneyland,
Okay.
and then you'll say follow.
Okay.
And then you can like whenever I watch a movie, you can see that I watched it and what I thought about it.
Okay.
So if you're ever thinking I'm gonna watch a movie, let's see if Spencer watched it and what she thinks. You can hop on there,
Yeah.
find my review of Saw. Well, actually, you can hop on there, go to my profile, see that Saw is in my top 4 movies, and be like, bosh, I'll watch Saw.
Bosch?
Yeah.
BOSH?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means like done, like bang. Like,
Yeah, sold.
Bosh.
Yeah. Do you want to do your sticker?
oh yeah, I also do make stickers. I'm at Slide Whistle Stickers on Instagram, and I'm on Etsy as well. So you can order a sticker. I do custom ones as well in my DMs.
Right? Because are those ones you made?
Some of them are. Actually, only one of them is. Only one of them is.
Love it.
Sorry.
Okay, now that we've talked about Saw and like gruesome death and murder
Yes,
and all of
gruesome
that, I
death
think
and
it's
murder.
perfectly now to talk about religion.
Oh, sure.
No, you need to talk about how you exploited my beliefs of religion for Ash Wednesday, Shrove Tuesday.
Oh
what
my
that?
gosh.
What
I
is
didn't
that?
exploit your beliefs. That makes me sound like a dick. I exploited your inexperience
Mhm.
and your ignorance to have you over for dinner, I think was my end goal.
Yeah.
Basically, you asked me to hang out one day, and they said it was Shrove Tuesday, so I had plans
Yeah.
because we were shriving. But you're welcome to come over for that if you're comfortable with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I explicitly did not explain what shriving is and what it is that you do on Shrove Tuesday. David thought there was going to be a blood sacrifice or something.
No, because I
did you
was
think it was?
no, because I said what's gonna happen, and you were
Oh.
like, "Oh, we pretty much just eat chocolate chip pancakes."
Yeah.
And I like you just sold it
You
with
just
such
didn't think that was
conviction.
true? That I was lying?
No, I did think it was true.
It was true.
And then I arrived, and you're eating chocolate chip pancakes, and
Uh-huh.
like, that's what you made.
Yeah.
But I think the deception was that was the tradition.
Oh, sure. Well,
Every
it is
year.
kind of a tradition. We didn't do it this year because, to be honest, I forgot it was Shrove Tuesday.
And because when I arrived in your home, there was a big calendar
Yeah.
sitting on the kitchen table,
Yeah.
and all of the text written on the calendar was one color, and then in a separate color said Shrove Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I did. I bought it. I don't remember when I figured out you had deceived me.
Like that it wasn't like a huge religious ceremony, that we were just eating pancakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I thought it was something for real. What is that in like real religious terms?
Like, so basically it's the day before Lent starts. So it's also called Fat Tuesday, or in French,
Oh, fat.
Mardi Gras.
Oh, fat Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is basically like you can have your one big meal before you are fasting for 40 days.
Hmm. So you're roasting me for fasting through breakfast, but fasting for 40 days
I don't do that.
is cool.
In Lent?
Yeah.
No.
I
And
don't think you'd live.
even the. Right, well, no, you wouldn't. Yeah, nobody does.
Can we for 40 days? It's probably
I don't think so.
Yeah.
They do it on Survivor.
You'd be pretty.
Back when it was 39 days still. Bring it back, Jeff. But pretty much, like, Jesus didn't eat for 40 days. That's, like, kind of the idea. I don't think that Catholic people actually fast for the full 40 days.
Mhm.
I think you fast from something.
And
Maybe
yeah, right.
traditionally
Like,
they-
I'm just gonna stop stealing for 40 days.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah. Like, maybe traditionally it was more like Ramadan, like fast during the day or something. I don't know what the olden times people did.
Mm-hmm.
But modern day people just basically ditch one thing. Or I think they fast from meat, maybe.
Oh, because the Pope owns Long John Silver's.
I've heard that.
Yeah. on Shark Tank.
Yeah.
I saw.
I was
this
actually in the room where that happened.
This is a complete deviation, but I saw a TikTok of a man, and in his front yard there was like smoke coming out of a hole, like steamy smoke.
Oh, was he making to tell me what it's called?
No, with a pig in the ground. Is that what you're
Barbacoa? Is that what it's called?
And he's like making this video, and he's like, "Does anybody know what this is? It's not hot, it's not cold, it doesn't smell, it's just happening." And the top comment on it was, "The Gophers have elected a new pope." And I laughed at that
Oh my
so
gosh, I
hard.
love that.
It's true. So if you ever see that, yeah,
That's why.
yeah. What?
Okay.
What's the smallest country in the world?
Oh, by what population? I guess I don't know why I'm asking because I don't know the answer either way.
That's fair.
I don't
No,
know,
we're gonna go geographical size.
Oh.
I'm really surprised you don't know this.
Why the hell would I know this? Burkina Faso? I don't know.
Vatican City.
Oh, yeah. Shit, I did know that. Dang it. Especially
Yeah.
with the context.
We're in studio
should've put
with
that together.
Jesus here, yeah. Yeah, always within us. Oh, yeah, that's good. Okay, is there anything else we haven't touched on here?
I'll just see if there's anything else. Oh, fuck, of course. How could I forget my main talking point? Which is something else that I hate. It's the automatic sink. They don't work. Stop installing them.
Why don't they work?
Beats me, man. They haven't figured it out. The automatic hand dryer seems to be fine.
I hate the automatic hand dryer so
Don't get
much.
me wrong. I'm always a paper towel girl if I can be.
Absolutely.
If I have to go hand dryer, for the love of God, make it a Dyson Airblade. If you don't have the budget, I get that. At least do an accelerator.
What's that?
That's the big white one. The brand is Accelerator.
I hate them because they're so loud and it
Yeah.
hurts my
Yeah,
ears.
it is loud.
And I've seen like studies of children in schools where those are installed and they're like at direct ear level, and like kids that get hearing loss over and
Interesting.
over.
And I
with that.
don't think it's any better environmentally than paper towel because of the electricity that it uses. Like, because it's so powerful. It has to be powerful. An accelerator pushes your skin of your hand back.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen those. And your life hack is that you can make a little like this with your hand underneath it, and it makes a fart sound. Only if the force is strong enough to push the skin back on your hand, you can make the fart sound.
I thought the life hack was going to be how to dry your hands faster.
No.
But in fact, it's how to make a fart
Make
sound.
a fart sound. I
But
do it
even-
every time.
But like hygienically though too, you're taking all the airborne germs and just blowing them onto your hands.
Yeah,
in a
I
bathroom
think
setting.
hygienically, I
hate that.
don't really know.
Paper towel is always better.
Paper towel is better, really.
Right. And then
Everybody likes it better.
my question too is, if it's a hand dryer, how am I opening the door on the way out? Because if I don't have the
Exactly
paper
right.
towel that I just used to dry my hands on the
Exactly
handle on
right.
the way out, I might as well just lick the floor.
Exactly right. You have wasted the time, or like the hygiene that you've saved with your automatic sink, which, by the way, after I'm touching the sink handles, I'm going to wash my hands right away. So it's totally fine, by the way. But honestly, I think the number one kind of sink is the kind that you might have had in your elementary school where you push the button and then it goes
Yeah.
for 10 seconds and stops. Love that. And it's great. It doesn't like keep running when you leave the room ever. You know, that was a big thing in our school, was somebody like
Plug it.
plugged in and then it flooded. So then they switched to the kind that you press and then it goes for 10 seconds. It's great. It works perfectly. And then you hit it and maybe it's dirty, whatever. Wash your hands so it's fine. And then it turns off by itself.
Yeah.
Paper towel for the door and you're good.
I don't mind the automatic sinks so much.
I hate them.
But what does get me about them, the ones that I do hate, is we gotta talk about the pressure of the water coming out.
Oh
So
my
if
God.
it is the tiny little piddle that I need to re-trigger the
Almost
sensor
always.
about 8 different times, now I'm mad.
Almost always. It's just a little kind of like,
But if I only have to trigger that thing like once or maybe twice because it's a good stream, then I'm okay with
then
it.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, it just drives me nuts because they just don't capture your hand right. Like they either never capture your hand, or there was one in my workplace where if the door is ajar, the light reflects off of the metal panel that you push to open the door.
Stop it.
And the sink just goes on, off, on, off, on, off. And then you walk by it and you can hear it going on and off, and you have to just go move the door.
Wow.
I know, it's insane.
Wow.
I'm like, so seriously, every other automatic sink I can't get to turn on to save my life. And this one won't shut the fuck up.
You would think in 2024, the year after the Barbie movie, we would have things like this figured
You
out.
would think. And they should have touched on that in the Barbie movie. And I was surprised that they didn't. Maybe they cut that out or something,
Oh,
but
yeah, that's probably why she didn't win.
that's probably why she wasn't nominated. Nobody's won yet, but
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, who knows? Oh, please, they won.
I don't know.
I think everyone knows already.
Really? Barbie Best Picture? You're calling it now?
No, but I feel like the winners know if they've won or not.
Oh.
I feel like there has to be so much gossip.
don't
It's
know.
probably
There
like
probably
Drag
is, but I
Race,
don't know.
right? All the people from behind the scenes, they can't not. They're spilling the beans like a barista with Butterfingers. Like, how would you not?
Exactly.
Like, if you're friends with
They're
somebody
spilling
who
the
won,
beans like me drunk eating beans.
Like if we were movie stars and if I was on the Academy and like you won and I knew you won,
Yeah.
I'm probably going to tell you.
Well, I think the idea is that you don't know because there are 600 members of the Academy, or maybe 6,000. Of course, I can't remember. And you fill out your ballot and mail it in.
Oh, it's
And
not
then-
like a conversation between
No.
like three besties.
No,
They're like,
and then the people from Price Waterhouse bring in the results in a big briefcase. Wow. So in theory, the only people who know are Price and Waterhouse.
so it is like a domestic. It is a democracy. Like they're all voting like that.
It's a democracy, but only certain people get to vote.
That's
So it's
tough.
kind of a democracy.
Yeah, but amongst those people, that's interesting. I didn't know how that worked.
Yeah. Unless they've changed it.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as I know, that's how it works.
Because I guess the people that they're picking. Because if it's all like old white men, then that's
It
not.
is.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would make sense for some
Yeah.
snubs.
It'll be like somebody who won Best Actor in 1960 will be in the Academy.
They were like
Like
pulled
they
in as time
they
went
get
on.
like, okay, you can be in the Academy now.
Oh, interesting. You should be in the Academy. That would actually.
Yeah,
work, too.
actually.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned it.
Who do you
I
need to
would love
phone?
to be in the Academy.
Yeah.
I guess I probably have to phone Gregory Peck if he's still alive.
It's a good last name.
Yeah.
Gregory Peck.
Best Actor to Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, okay.
He was the president of the Academy for a while. I think he's dead now.
Mm. That's
Unless he's not, and I'm just libeling.
You sound like some bitch who's never been hit in the
I
face.
sound like some bitch who's never been hit in the face. I sound like a bitch who didn't even watch the live stream of Gregory Peck's funeral.
Oh, that's embarrassing for you to admit.
That is embarrassing.
Yeah, you might
Sorry.
get canceled for that.
I'm working my way through the live stream funerals of former Academy presidents, and I just haven't gotten to Gregory Peck's yet. Sue me.
How many are there of those?
I have no idea.
Probably several.
Yeah, probably about, well, let's see. How long do you think you could be the Academy president for? 7 years.
Mm.
Almost 100 years of Oscars. I think there's probably 10.
And do you think they've all been
Funerals?
live streamed?
Oh, I didn't even consider that. Probably not.
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking maybe it's 0. Might be closer to 0.
But why live stream? Like from COVID? They'd be like, we know you can't come, so here's this online.
Well, just
Or
because it's a public figure.
Yeah.
So they would live stream it for me, the audience,
Yeah.
like for me, the fan,
To pay your respects.
like how they live stream like Princess Diana's wedding or whatever.
Mm. And like Katy Perry getting the green.
Slimed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
True.
Yeah, they live streamed
It's
that
like the same thing.
in the sense that it was on TV. Yeah.
Just like this too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Spencer.
David.
I feel like we've done all the things.
Yeah,
We've done all the
pretty
things.
much. I do have to quickly ask who would play you in the movie of your life, because I feel like we glossed over that, and I would still like to know.
You know, I don't know if I have an answer.
Oh,
I don't know if I have an answer.
I see.
Who would it be? Who do you think it could
I
be?
think this might be a David-based bias, but I kind of don't hate Dan Levy for you,
Oh, I do. Yeah. I do really like
and it could be a David-based bias.
Mm-hmm. And I did, like, I feel like many queer people out here are like, I'm just like David.
Oh,
And
God.
like that happens a lot,
Oh,
right?
no.
But it's just like a sassy attitude
Sure.
that people just assign.
It's
that
the
to.
new Kurt Hummel.
It's the no, it's yeah, no, I do like that. That's quite a compliment. I'll take that.
Oh, okay.
It's great. Yeah. Do you have any advice for the listeners at home? Just in general. I always ask this at the end.
Advice?
What's something that you think people need to know?
You could probably just shut up a little more.
Just stop talking.
Just maybe stop talking.
Safe
I
to
think
say.
I've done enough for the both of us.
Mhm,
So maybe you, the listener, should just give it up.
Yeah, be a little extraneous at this point.
Get a new hobby.
Yeah. And go watch the Oscars.
And go watch the Saw franchise in order in 1 week.
Mm.
It's really good. And I'm someone who usually has historically not loved a scary movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But gee willikers, I like those movies.
Yes.
That's my ringing endorsement.
That's so good. Okay, thank you for joining me on this episode, Spencer.
Thank you so much for having me, David.
Yes.
I'd say it's been a slice, but it's been the whole damn pie.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay, yeah. Go follow Spencer on
Letterboxed.
Yes, and side whistle stickers.
Slide with an L.
Slide. What did I say? Side.
Yeah,
Slide
it's okay.
whistle.
I
Is there a
forgive you.
story there?
No.
Slide whistle.
Nope.
This pretty much is what it is.
Yep. Is what it
Yeah.
is.
Love
Just
that.
kind of the name I picked.
Oh my God. Okay. Thank you so much, Spencer. I love you. And until
David.
next time, goodbye.
Bye.
Ah.